Chair, RB, before we begin, we'd like to pay tribute to our dedicated Secretariat, Jane Seisho, Jackie Connolly and Rulin Chatworth, who have helped us support our medical student members throughout this year. Being a medical student is tough, and this last year has been more difficult than ever. The morale of our junior doctor friends, constant newspaper headlines, and the stress and strain of our training and examinations have taken their toll on many of us. But we didn't expect our careers to be easy. We expected them to be challenging, and we know the opportunities that can lie in store if we work together to address these difficulties. Over the last year, the MSc has been working hard to make a difference in some of these areas, to the quality of our education, to our future working lives as doctors, and to the benefit of the patients we shall treat. Last year, Jeremy Hunt announced proposals to expand undergraduate medical education. We said it was a flawed plan at the time, and we've sent that message again in our robust response to the formal consultation. Mr. Hunt hoped he could tackle the recruitment and retention crisis in the NHS by forcing students who already have six-figure debts hanging over their heads to serve in the NHS for a minimum of 4 years. Well, in fact, Secretary of State, you're going to make this serious problem even worse. And I'll tell you how. Forcing people to work in an environment where they cannot thrive is not good for doctors, and it's not safe for patients. We need consideration, not conscription. We need to be engaged, not enlisted. Since the GMC announced its plans on the proposed medical licensing assessment, we've worked hard to ensure students are leading the way, contributing purposefully and critically to the process. We have been clear that the MLA needs to be incorporated into our final exams without blurring any lines between examinations, that the assessment should take place at medical schools, and crucially, that the costs shouldn't be borne by students. We now have constant dialogue with the GMC on issues like this, and we are looking to make our voice heard in the future by creating a forum where medical students will be listened to on an ongoing basis in relation to their development, training, and education.
For the last 12 months, Brexit has dominated discourse and debate, and with the dust settling on the petty politics of the general election, the political uncertainty which hangs over the medical profession has now been compounded. Brexit poses many threats to healthcare and to our future working lives, but most worryingly of all, it poses a serious, immediate threat to the futures of international students and doctors who have come to work in our health service from abroad. International doctors are not a stopgap plugging holes in our NHS. They are vital, they are valued, they are our colleagues and they are our friends, and our patients appreciate the care and compassion that they bring to the service. Their futures must be safeguarded. We are clear about our concerns as the Brexit process continues, particularly now we know which government will be taking the negotiations forward. Brexit must not be allowed to threaten medical research or collaborative healthcare. Britain cannot afford to be poor and isolated when it comes to healthcare and research. An isolated Britain, cut off from the expertise of our continental friends and colleagues, and our world-class collaborative research that we previously helped to lead, will simply deliver poorer care to patients. Whilst we have made progress in many areas over the last year, there is one area where we must stand up, take responsibility, and say that we haven't done enough. And that is in the area of widening participation in medicine. We have seen report after report published and commitment after commitment given, But these have been empty words. No tangible progress has been made toward tackling the shameful lack of diversity in the medical profession. 80% of students who go to medical school come from just 20% of schools in the UK. It's business as usual. How many young people must be failed by our collective inaction? We will fight for progress on this issue because it is unacceptable to do nothing. We will encourage medical schools to offer more flexible degrees and training, for scholarship systems to be overhauled, and for the whole profession and wider society to come together to recognise the importance of this issue. Together, we can ensure medicine remains an amazing career. Together, we can protect and improve a world-class public service, and together, we can make our voices heard. RB, we move.